All right, guys, I'm here in Saratoga. I came to meet with the state legislature. Some senators and reps were here talking, and one of our families, the Campbells, owned the historic Wolf Hotel here, and it's been here since the 1890s, and it came into their family in the 1970s, and it sits here in historic Saratoga, and we're going to get some backstory from them on the hotel and everything, so enjoy. Hello.
Hello there.
So tell us your name.
Kathleen Campbell.
Okay. So you have 4 grandkids going to, or 3 now, 3 or 4?
Well, Caitlin graduated this year, and there's
3 left. They go to the academy. Tell us about how this came in your possession and a little bit about the hotel.
Well, my husband was raised in Wyoming. My mother came to this country from Wyoming, from Italy, and came and settled in Wyoming. My grandparents, my husband grew up across the street from my grandparents in Frontier, which is part of
Okay, go ahead.
my husband was raised in Wyoming. My family was from Wyoming, but I was born and raised in San Diego. Came to the University of Wyoming one semester, met my husband 3 years later. We were married, and I lived elsewhere than Wyoming until that time. We moved to California, and a friend said, "Would you like to buy the Hotel Wolf?" And here we are, 44 years later, brought our 4 children who were ages 3 to 9 years old, and they loved it. They've been a part of this place, and we're still here, and looks like we'll be here forever.
So did you have to remodel it a lot?
We have constantly remodeled it. There's always something new that has to be done. Today I went to open a window, and the window almost fell out. So I now have to put a sign up that says, "This is an old building, and be gentle, don't open this window."
Yeah.
That's the way it is. And during COVID, our boiler that we'd had for 40 years blew up. I mean, didn't blow up, but it quit.
Yeah.
And so we had to go to that expense of $50,000
Ew.
so we could heat the place.
How old is the hotel? When was it built?
It was built in 1893. Well, it was actually built during the year of 1892. They opened it on New Year's Eve. So New Year's Day was their first real day of being in business. They just had a party on New Year's Eve.
That's fun. We should probably go inside. It's quieter,
Yeah.
and you can tell me more.
So these are actual original doors.
Oh, really?
And if you look, take a look down behind you over there.
Uh-huh.
Above.
Above?
See right there?
Yeah.
The Freddy.
Up in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's original, but it was covered over.
Oh, really?
That
See.
is type of, I forget what you call it, fretwork, whatever it's called. Was on above the windows,
Oh.
but it's all gone. And you can see that the doorway was larger.
Yeah, a lot taller at some point. Original doors.
Original doors. The original building did not have steps like that.
Mm-hmm.
It went out further.
Okay.
That was a screened-in porch, by the way. Didn't have swinging doors there. The bar was actually on
This side.
to my right, your left. We moved our dining room here and moved the bar over to the left.
So it has like a full restaurant and everything?
Uh-huh.
Menu.
We'll go this way through. And this is our menu. We make almost everything from scratch.
Okay.
And if you want it different than what is on the menu, if you want your Wolf Bacon cheeseburger or floppy bacon, we'll do it that way for you.
Okay.
This was This isn't going to work in here very long, really. But this was actually a sitting area.
Okay.
And we turned it into a pool room so that people with their children could come here and play. And then people have said, I don't have room in my house for this moose or this milk. We get them. Or our families.
You have a
We
bar
can walk
back here.
through
Is any of this
This was a 3-bedroom apartment,
this was?
and we were going to, I didn't know what the inside looked like because someone was still living in it when we moved here. We thought we'd move into it with our 4 children. We decided that with proximity of the remodeling and the bar, that was not a good feature.
Yeah.
So we use this for, there'll be a party in here tonight,
Okay.
approximately 40 people. The first barber shop in town was right here in this section.
Right up here. Is what anything in here original?
I gotta think, what was original? We've tried to keep it in character. The barnwood was from somewhere locally.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Okay.
I put up wallpaper.
The brick obviously was
The brick,
probably.
that was the end of the original building. And in 1907, they added on this, and it's 2 stories.
Okay.
No, it's 3 stories.
Okay.
Excuse me. Got to think about that. So, if you come down here, you can see a picture of the hotel. I don't know if there's too much light. There's another one there.
So that's the original hotel.
Yeah, that was about 1903 to 1910.
Okay. Your
Teddy Roosevelt was around.
Oh, really? Your daughter-in-law said that it used to be a stagecoach stop.
Yes, and there's a picture of a stage.
Is this another picture?
Yes. You can see, this is a good picture, right? Don't know how much you can see of that. But right here is a stagecoach. This was right in front of the hotel.
Oh, yeah. Look at
Oh,
that.
see, get too much. See, that's from the mirror. It becomes a hard place to.
It's kind of cool. All these old pictures of the building.
And this was a stagecoach right here. And it was a team of 6 wives, they called it. So this was here. There was a little teeny porch. I don't remember where the bathroom was. I think it was somewhere back here, but you didn't come all the way down
Yeah.
this way. We'll walk through the kitchen.
Okay.
Employees will be coming in at 5 o'clock
Get.
to start getting everything.
This is the dining room.
So, where we're standing right now was really a storage area.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a bar up here, and it ended, this all ended here. And the bar was this way. This is our salad bar.
Salad bar?
Yeah, that was an ice machine. Salad bar, which we cover up in between shifts. There's original wainscoting in here. The stained glass was not original. There is some stained glass. You can kind of see it through that one. that was over the front door.
Okay.
But this is kind of interesting because we have two of these, and I do not believe they're made by the same person. But a gentleman had seen this somehow, and it's almost to scale. It's incredible.
Huh.
And he hand painted all the brick on it.
Wow.
Got all the detail.
That's really cool.
Almost, we'd say pretty accurately. And then he returned to Mexico. So we're able to see a lot of people in here
When did you start the restaurant part?
as soon as we opened.
Oh, really?
And we had, but there wasn't a restaurant here.
Yeah, you made it.
We had 2 tables. And then one where that pool table was. These 2 windows were covered up. And so we've done a lot of structural things. Doug was a civil engineer. That's what his degree is from the University of Wyoming. So he understood the structures and what we could do.
Yeah.
We can go upstairs and I can show you some of the rooms.
Okay.
We exposed the brick back here.
Oh, yeah. So you can see the walls and everything.
You get to a point where it's kind of easier to do. We've tried to minimize the exposure or the emphasis on computer systems.
Yeah, so
because that's not what we're about.
Yeah, you want it to
So I
have an
put it in the old
old-time feel.
phone booth.
Yeah. The kids have probably never even seen one of these.
Young children and even teenagers
Yeah.
don't understand how to work this.
Yeah.
I think you can place a call. It says 35 cents, but I believe it's more
So-
than that in there.
I'm only, 48. And when I was in my early 20s, I had a job. I had a job where I had to drive all over Los Angeles and deliver subpoenas and all kinds of court stuff. And I didn't have a cell phone. I had to use these all the time, so I had to carry tons of change because I'd have to find a payphone to call my office and find out where I needed to go next. But I'd have to put money in here, and then you pick this up and you dial your phone number.
But originally, when I was a child, it was
A rotary dial.
dial.
And then I would get my change out of here if I had any, and you'd close this booth so it'd be quiet. But I'd have to find payphones all over the place. It was so dumb. And it wasn't that long ago that we were doing that.
So when my husband and I were dating, that's exactly, because I lived in San Francisco and he was in Wyoming. No 2 rooms are exactly alike. This is the Joe Pickett room. If you're familiar with Joe Pickett and CJ Box.
What's that?
CJ Box is a local gentleman. He has written books. He's written his 19th book in the Joe Pickett series. Joe Pickett is a game warden.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know who that is now. So the author has written about
He's the
Joe.
character.
He's the character.
Yeah, he solves all the mysteries, and this was a murder mystery. And CJ Box, we know him as Chuck, he chose to have it take place here.
Oh.
And he solves the murder from here.
From the Wolf Hotel.
Yes.
Does he call it the Wolf in the
Yes.
book? How did the Wolf get its name?
Well, that's kind of an interesting story because Frederick Wolf was a German immigrant, brought his family over, or had his family. Yeah, had his family here, I believe. Anyway, he decided to just build a hotel. And he is the great-great-grandfather of Neil Gorsuch, our newest Supreme Court Justice.
Oh, wow.
So we have that connection to him.
That's cool.
We met his father years ago. I just have to find the right key. And when we first bought the hotel, all of our keys aren't marked, so I don't know which one it is. Just a moment.
Okay.
our very smallest room.
Okay.
It's, I'll just step back this way, and you can go into the bathroom and see. It's small, but people love this room.
Old radiator.
And it had, in the book, it has a pedestal tub. Not a clawfoot, but a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the pedestal tubs in this room anymore because people would overfill it, and there's such a thing as water displacement.
Yeah.
And then they'd get in, and it would leak into the dining room around the tables. So. But, so, this has been a fun thing.
Yeah, to be a part of a novel, and then people come and request this room?
Yes, they request this room, or they've been here before. They travel all over to see CJ Box.
That's funny. All right, Doug.
Yeah.
So, tell me what it's been like owning this place. Tell the kids what it's been like owning this place for, 45 years?
44 plus, yeah. Well, my background was in engineering. In fact, I finished up a couple of degrees, master's degree in structures, and I had a good job. We were living in Southern California, and we were attempting to raise the 4 children. And a friend of mine says, you know what we ought to do is go back to Wyoming, Doug, because we were expatriates in California. And so that's what started the whole thing. And we closed the deal on April Fool's Day, 1977. And I guess the reason I would say why, but we pursued this, I guess, fairly diligently through the years. And it's a real challenge, particularly in this kind of a business, because 9 out of 10 restaurants will fail normally. So we continued on and thought we would try to make a difference in this whole community and in the valley. And I think to the most part we have. But it is, you have to put your heart in it. Now, Kathleen and I worked 12, 14, 16-hour days, kept the kids going, and I recall our oldest daughter, did you mention that, Kathleen? Said, you know, Dad, I'm really ticked off at you and Mom. I says, what for? You taught us how to work. And sadly, we don't see this tremendous work ethic as prevalent as it was with our children earlier on. So, but yes.
I want to make one comment, though, in regard to the work ethic. I've noticed with our 4 grandchildren who have attended your school that they have a work ethic. Douglas is great. He's learning how to cook in the kitchen, not on the grill, but something I wouldn't expect a 16-year-old to be so eager. He probably makes the best cheesecake, even probably better than I do now.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially after the birthday cake I screwed up yesterday for a different grandchild. But he makes it so well. And I was the one who perfected the recipe and how to make it. And Jaden is just great. She works like any adult, much older.
Yeah.
So I think your school teaches the kids to do that, and it's important when you go to find a job.
Good.
Certainly.
So often when I talk to these business owners on these field trips, for the kids, just so they're thinking of other types of jobs, what if a kid was interested in doing this someday down the road, what would your advice to them be?
I'd say start in the program that we started in Jackson in 1990, the Wyoming Lodging and Restaurant Association. It's the Pro Start program. I think we have it in 30 high schools. You can get a taste of what this business is like, whether it's back of the house or actually like in Campbell. The one year they won the contest and they all had $100,000 scholarships. And they go to Johnson & Wales or one of these super elite schools to teach them the culinary arts. So if you're interested in look into your high school programs. As I understand it, they're still doing it. And this is where you begin to get an idea. And then I'll get a job in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Get a job dishwashing, and they'll tell you exactly how marvelous it is.
But the other thing is that my office would look better if I could find the help for the accounting that I need someone else to help me with. And your math, your numbers, it's so important, and portion control, pricing.
Yeah.
There's just so many aspects of what you teach that is valuable in everything, not just writing a checkbook.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it's not an easy job. It's really hard because you have to, even if you're kind of a shy person, you have to learn to not be shy.
Yeah. To work with people.
For sure.
So I know owning your own business, especially something like a small hotel and a restaurant's challenging, but what's rewarding about being a self-employed business owner like this?
I can tell you exactly what it is. People will come up to us and say, we had a great time. Thank you for preserving. We had a guy from New York, remember? He said, thanks for keeping it as it is. And by the way, it was a great dinner that you served. So these are the rewards. And most of the people that we serve, we get this response from them. And of course, there's always those that you'll never please, but we live with those.
You don't necessarily need to have someone pat you on the back, but the fact that I spent over an hour today with 3 gentlemen from Mississippi, and Doug met 2 of them casually in the bar one afternoon. They came in to have lunch, and great gentleman from the Ole Miss.
University.
And they come back and they say, we're coming back to see you.
Yeah.
If only to spend an hour.
Yeah.
And then, his parting comment was, come visit us again in Mississippi.
That's awesome.
We went to the University of Mississippi football game with
Yeah.
Wyoming. Oh, gracious. They had candelabras out in the, it was marvelous.
Yeah.
As we get older, I think that's the more important part of it. Doug had been on the Lodging Restaurant Association as the president, and it allowed us to meet other people. And our part of this job is also to promote us for the whole state. And we were given an award a few years back.
Yeah, the Big YO.
The Big YO was something that the governor presents.
There's some good parts of it.
That's right.
And
Some little...
when your sewer plugs up, that's not so good.
But the
Not so
awards
good.
are good.
There's the hard work, and it's probably, well, the grocery store knows the kind of problems because the refrigeration goes out in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
There's just everything that can happen. The delivery, you're busy all weekend, and the linen delivery comes, but they don't have anything for you.
Yeah.
They have 10 towels for you. And you're going, what am I going to do? You can't take the dirty ones. They say, well, you can't wash them. I go, well, you check me out. I'm going to keep them here.
Boy.
And they make sure they bring them right away a few hours later.
It's a daily grind, something that you have to take care of,
Yeah.
one way or the other. That's just what it is.
But you just go with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
It has taught us that.
That's good.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on this field trip, guys. Thank you to the Campbells for taking us on this tour. It's a cool place. So if you ever come to Saratoga, come to the Wolf Hotel.
We're probably sitting here.
We'll be sitting right here, and you can say, hey, I know you from my field trip.